Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I don't need a fancy tie and lipstick and suit to tell you what you need to know. I've been doing this for 50 years. I've worked 10,000 cases. I have a whole team of former IRS agents that work with me. We're all a bunch of characters, and many of you may have seen me on the news. I've been on the national news many times. You can see my team and all the former IRS agents I work with at 777irs.com. It's an impressive list. We are very good. We're honest, and we're trustworthy. Matter of fact, I've never had a complaint with any of the work that I've ever done. I give you these videos for three oh, by the way, I've worked 10,000 cases. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been doing this since 1973. I have like more experience, and I don't think there's anyone in this industry that's been doing this for 50 years. There could be. I'm just not aware of them. Anyway, I do these videos so A, you don't get ripped off. Number two, they're educational, and three, they inform you, and I give you insider information, so at least you know really what's going on from an IRS perspective. That's why I don't need scripts to read from and fancy books behind me. Anyway, today I want to talk to you. Somebody came up with the idea here. Actually, beware of IRS debt companies. So somebody actually got ripped off, and they asked me to do a video on how to be careful when you run across an IRS tax debt resolution company. I've made many videos on these, but I do them all the time because I keep getting calls about people are getting ripped off, and it gets sickening. I bet you this year, if I were to add up the total amount of money that people have been ripped off, I would say by now it's up to $150,000. So I'm just going to give you a general caution and a beware of what to look for, what not to look for. We obviously do this work, so I'm going to tell you this just as general information. What people hit is they hit ads that they see on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and what they do, they reach out to these companies in desperation. They get a letter, they don't know what to do. The wording is good, the advertising is good. You can settle that, all that's really total crap. I should know, I'm a former IRS revenue officer, and I taught the IRS offer and compromise, which is the tax debt settlement. Myself and Peter Salinger, who works with me. Peter's worked over 2,500 offers and compromise. We're probably two of the leading authorities in IRS resolution matters. And here's the big beware, is when you're calling these companies, you don't know who the hell you're talking to. You just don't. I will tell you 90% of the time, you are speaking to a salesperson. And you should know that. The first question you need to ask these companies when you call them, if you're not calling us, is A, are you an attorney? Are you a CPA? Are you an enrolled agent or former IRS agent? That's what you should ask. Why? Those are the only people that can represent you in front of IRS. If they're not one of those 3 or 4 people, they're not going to be working your case, and they're not going to know anything. They're going to read from scripts, and they're going to sound like they have authority, like, oh, they've done this. They haven't done jack because they're not licensed to practice in front of Internal Revenue Service. Just that simple. When you click on those ads, I guarantee you, most of the time, maybe 99% of the time, you're speaking to a salesperson. They sound good because they got great scripts that they read from. The problem is they're not going to work your case, and the person that's going to work your case doesn't know anything about what you've really signed up for. That salesperson has taken notes, they send them back, but at the end of the day, you have to understand this. Unless that person looking at your case looks at your financial statement that IRS is going to look at. I asked for the 433A The service center asks for the 433F. The offered compromise group looks at the 433A OIC. Unless the person on the phone looks at your financial statement that you're going to give IRS, they can't tell you what the outcome's going to be. I have been preaching this over and over and over and over. Please do not give your money to anyone unless you know they are licensed to practice for Internal Revenue Service. And I'm going to actually add a step to this. Talk to them on Zoom and see if you get a feeling whether they're good or not. Stop giving your money to a firm salesperson who sounds really good, makes these promises, and don't know jack. If you get ripped off, don't blame me after you've listened to this video, because I've told you what's going on in this industry. I've been doing 10,000. If you put my whole team's experience, 25,000 cases probably you've worked. We're happy to give you a free consultation. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of experts here. Anyway, good luck, happy hunting, and if you would, I think I give you good information. If you give me a subscription, I'd appreciate it. Why? YouTube values us by how many subscriptions that we get. So I would appreciate that. Leave me a comment. You'll have my email information and contact information below. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time.